Chapter 13 Diamond Saber-Toothed Tiger. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There are still many gaps between soul beasts and soul beasts. Before leaving, Feng Yao had seen some methods for identifying the age of tiger soul beasts. He had already seen that the white tiger in front of him was about 500 years old, which was less than 100 years different from the mandala snake, but the two were the difference is huge. One was killed in one move. Although there was an element of surprise and sneak attack in it, the white tiger was able to withstand Director Su's gun for a long time. Looking at Baihu, who had been suppressed and beaten by Director Su, Feng Yao looked a little heavy. If the age of this white tiger is 400 years, then I am still somewhat sure, but it is already 500 years and almost 600 years, can I do it? After thinking about it, Feng Yao couldn't help but think of giving up this soul beast and finding another one. Soon, Director Su stepped on the dying white tiger and shouted to Feng Yao, "Xiao Feng, come and see, do you want this soul beast?" Feng Yao came to his senses and walked slowly towards Baihu. "I've seen it. This is a 100-year-old diamond saber-toothed tiger. It is much stronger than the normal diamond tiger. It should be a heterogeneous species that mutated into a diamond saber-toothed tiger." Director Su pointed at the diamond saber-toothed tiger and explained. "Let me see how old it is. Tiger soul beasts are usually distinguished by the length of their tails and the size of their bodies. This one is almost 500 years old. It's a pity, you are too old and not suitable for you." After Director Su clearly identified the age, he sighed slightly and thought about ending the life of the diamond saber-toothed tiger, and then taking the body back. The diamond saber-toothed tiger was full of treasures and could be sold for a lot of gold soul coins. "Director Su, please wait a moment." Just when Director Su was about to insert a gun into the head of the sword-toothed tiger, Feng Yao stopped worrying and stopped him with determination. "What's wrong?" Director Su looked at Feng Yao with some confusion. "You don't want to absorb the soul ring of this diamond saber-toothed tiger, do you?" Director Su said in surprise, "I have read a few books and have some knowledge, but I have never seen anyone with the first soul ring. It has been absorbed for more than 500 years. Even some people with very good talents only have their first soul rings for 200 to 300 years, and those with poor talents have only absorbed soul rings for 10 years. Absorbing soul rings beyond the limit, you may explode and die if you are not careful. Do you understand?" Feng Yao was stunned and speechless for a moment. There was no way around it. Director Su's words were very pertinent, and the word care was revealed both inside and outside of his words. This had to make Feng Yao think about what words he should use to get Director Su to agree to absorb the soul ring of this diamond saber-toothed tiger. After a while, "Director Su, just let me give it a try." Feng Yao made up his mind and nodded vigorously to Director Su, with a look of determination on his face. "Director Su, no risk, no reward. I believe that as long as I can successfully absorb this soul ring, my cultivation speed will be faster in the future. Besides, if you can't work harder than that guy Tang San, how can you be better than him in the future? If you are timid now, how can you unify the continent in the future? Eat the soft food of Wuhuan Palace. No, it's safer to rely on yourself. And the other party may not necessarily like you. Bibi Dong is Yu Xiaogang's licking dog. Qian Renshue's game was simply a cheat. If Tang San hadn't used a bigger cheat in the later period, we still don't know who would lose and who would win. Only Hu Liena can handle it better. Just defeat her head-on, make her look more handsome, and then heroically save her. It's easy." "You kid." Director Su was a little shocked. "I didn't expect that such a young child could say such philosophical and ambitious words. Although I still want to stop you, but, it's up to you. If you want to die, just absorb it." As he said that, Director Su's face turned cold and he stopped trying to comfort him. Feng Yao had a smile on his lips, looking at Director Su, who was still suppressing Baihu in his hand, and chuckled, "You are really a sharp-tongued person. Hurry up and take action. If you don't take action, this guy will die." Director Su said coldly. "Okay." Feng Yao smiled slightly, took out a dagger from the baggage, and under Director Su's gaze, pierced the neck of the diamond-toothed tiger fiercely. A stream of blood spurted out from the neck of the diamond-toothed tiger, spraying on the surface of Feng Yao's silver-white armor. Soon, the diamond-toothed tiger had a look of resentment in its eyes and slowly lost its life breath. A yellow soul ring quietly appeared on the body of the diamond saber-toothed tiger. Just when Feng Yao was about to use his soul power to pull the soul ring, Director Su spoke up again. Xiao Feng, you still have time to think about it. Once you start absorbing soul rings and you want to stop, the consequences will not be so easy to bear. Feng Yao nodded affirmatively. I've already decided. If I don't absorb such a spirit ring this time, I will definitely regret it in the distant future. Director Su looked a little moved when he heard this. He really didn't expect that a 6-year-old child could be so independent and mature. In that case, then I won't stop you anymore. You can absorb the soul ring with peace of mind, and I will protect you. Director Su sighed, holding a spear and looking around in warning. Thank you. Feng Yao glanced at Director Su's back steadily, then sat down cross-legged and began to absorb the soul ring. Following the pull of the soul power, the soul ring was not placed on the martial soul power lock, but on Feng Yao's body. Time passes slowly. An hour passed. Under Director Su's anxious gaze, Feng Yao's body began to tremble slightly. Success means being a dragon or a phoenix among men. Failure means death. Feng Yao, your future depends on this. At this time, Feng Yao only felt that the soul power from the soul ring was constantly impacting his body. Every time he was about to be unable to bear it, the tiger roar arms would bear a lot of the impact for him. This made Feng Yao feel ecstatic, and at the same time he also had a mature idea, that is, he could absorb soul rings over the years when he was armed, but this scale needed to be controlled well. Soon more than 4 hours passed. Director Su's nerves were tense all the time, and there was already a look of worry on his face. Just because Feng Yao was covered in blood at this time, his armor was stained red, and there were crackling sounds from the bones on his body from time to time, which made Director Su terrified. Fortunately, Feng Yao's body had gradually stabilized and stopped shaking, which made Director Su feel more relaxed. Another hour later, as the soul ring slowly disappeared, Feng Yao also slowly opened his eyes, feeling that his body was a little stiff, and unconsciously stretched his body. You kid, are finally fine. Just when Feng Yao was immersed in the feeling of his body becoming stronger and full of power, a slightly resentful voice appeared behind Feng Yao. Feng Yao suddenly trembled, and suddenly came back to his senses. He turned around and saw Director Su's eyes were slightly red, and the tip of the spear in his hand was still dripping with blood. Feng Yao was shocked when he saw this. Director Su, what are you doing? P.S. 2 updates a day, 3 updates if I have time. Scratching my head. Please read, please vote. Chapter 14 Weapon Soul Skill, Diamond Breaking Sky Sword. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Nonsense, remember to take the soul ring to a secluded place next time you absorb it. Director Su shouted loudly and punched Feng Yao on the forehead. It turned out that when Feng Yao absorbed the soul ring, many soul beasts were attracted by the bloody smell emanating from the corpse of the diamond saber-toothed tiger. If it weren't for Director Su's great strength, I'm afraid both of them would have to explain themselves here today. Director Su doesn't want to ask Feng Yao what his soul skill is anymore. Let alone say congratulations. Director Su grabbed Feng Yao's ear and began to teach him the common sense he needed to know in the soul-hunting forest. After half an hour, Feng Yao rubbed his red ears, walked naked into a stream, and began to clean up the blood on his body. Director Su also began to clean the clothes stained with the blood of the soul beasts due to the battle. You boy, you really succeeded. Looking at Feng Yao, who had grown a lot taller, Director Su said with emotion. It's just a fluke. Feng Yao chuckled. This is not a fluke. Director Su shook his head slightly, and then said, what is your soul power level now? What is your soul skill? Let me see if you use it. The soul power level is 13. As for the soul skills, wait a moment. Feng Yao did not hesitate, and after responding, he looked at the stream, as if searching for something. Director Su was not anxious when he saw this, but his heart was indeed in turmoil. Genius. Suddenly, Director Su saw a large golden sword appearing in Feng Yao's hand. The sword was 1 meter long, 10 centimeters wide, and had a 20 centimeter handle. The whole sword was golden yellow, and the handle had a majestic shape. Extraordinary, the sword body also exudes a golden light. The first soul skill, Vajra sky-shattering strike. Puff! As Feng Yao threw the golden sword out, the golden sword flew away. In Director Su's eyes, he saw the golden sword inserted into the stream, and when Feng Yao pulled it out, a big fat fish was stuck on it. Good guy, you boy, I really belong to you. Seeing this scene, Director Su's eyes nearly fell down. Damn it, 500 years of number 1 soul skill, you use it to insert fish? Feng Yao scratched his head and smiled awkwardly. Director Su, we have dinner in order. Director Su rolled his eyes when he saw this. It's getting dark soon, hurry up and take a rest. Let's go back. The soul hunting forest is not your home. If you stay here for one more day, you will be in more danger. It is good. After a while, Feng Yao, who had changed his clothes and rearmed himself, set out on the way back with Director Su. By the way, Xiao Feng, I wanted to ask you before, what was that thing you used to knock off the diamond saber-toothed tiger? Thinking of the white object that appeared at that time, Director Su felt an inexplicable throbbing in his heart, and the idea of sitting on it emerged in his heart. What are you talking about? Feng Yao raised his left hand, the power lock flashed, and the tiger's roar suddenly appeared behind Director Su. Feeling the movement coming from behind, Director Su turned around and saw the tiger roaring and flashing. His face lit up. Yes, that's it. Can I sit on it? Director Su rubbed his hands and asked. Okay, but I don't know if you can use it or not. Feng Yao responded first, and then explained, this thing is called Tiger Roar Flash, and it is something that appeared with me after my martial soul awakened. It's considered part of my martial spirit. Ah, so that's it. Director Su immediately understood Feng Yao's explanation. However, Director Su was not lost for long. Feng Yao chuckled and said, Director, if you want to ride it, I can take you there. Director Su brightened up when he heard this. You should have told me earlier. Come on. Feng Yao almost laughed out loud when he saw Director Su acting like a child at this time. Okay. Feng Yao did a backflip and landed on top of Tiger Roar flashing, and said, Director, come up. Director Su rubbed his hands, looked happy, and sat astride Hu Xiao Flash. Director, sit still. The corners of Feng Yao's mouth raised, and a bad idea appeared in his heart. The speed of the tiger roaring and flashing is not comparable to the speed of the horses in Douluo Continent. In the future, Feng Yao would like to find an agility-based soul master, a soul Douluo, or even a tidal Douluo to compare with. After all, it seems that the speed of the roaring tiger can be increased according to one's soul power level. Whoosh dash, the roar of the tiger flashed like an arrow from the string, and it rushed out in an instant. Slow down, it's too fast. What? At this time, Director Su, who had not even the slightest panic in the face of the spirit beast, screamed for the first time, and countless birds in the forest were frightened away. Mistress, run! This is a 250-year-old black mamba snake. Its neurotoxin is not much weaker than the datura snake. If it is the same level, the black mamba snake is stronger. Yu Xiaogang ran away into the distance. While explaining, behind him was a large black snake more than 2 meters long with countless black scales on its body. From time to time, it would open its bloody mouth as deep and dark as an abyss, biting at Yu Xiaogang and Tang San. Tang San, who was being pursued closely, lamented in his heart, sigh, my life is miserable. Tang San opened his purple demon eyes and secretly threw a few stones at the pursuing black mamba from time to time. At this time, looking at Yu Xiaogang running wildly beside him, and Yu Xiaogang's martial spirit, Luo Sanpao, who was following Yu Xiaogang, Tang San felt a very uncomfortable feeling in his heart. Why is my teacher, apart from theory, so weak in terms of strength? Tang San roared in his heart, but he didn't feel at all that the reason why the two of them were in danger was precisely because he insisted on finding high-quality soul rings. Wrong, Tang San, how could you miss your master so much? Once a teacher, always a father. Tang San, this is the last time. You can never speak ill of the teacher again, not even in your heart. Boom! Just as the two were fleeing, they heard a roar behind them. The sound was like the roar of a wild beast, which scared them so much that they ran faster. No. It's not a soul beast, that seems to be. With the blessing of the purple demon eyes, Tang San could clearly see who was coming over at a glance, even if they were tens of meters apart. Tang San couldn't be more familiar with the silver-white armor and helmet, so Tang San quickly shouted to Yu Xiaogang, "Teacher, it's not the spirit beast, it's Director Su and Feng Yao who are here." "What?" Yu Xiaogang was overjoyed when he heard this and looked calm. "Great. Mistress, we are saved. Director Su, it seems that someone is being chased by spirit beasts ahead, and, the ones being chased seem to be Yu Xiaogang and Tang San." Noticing the situation ahead, Feng Yao quickly slowed down and explained to Director Su at the same time the situation ahead. "What?" Director Su was shocked when he heard this. "Why is this Yu Xiaogang still here? He is so brave. Xiao Feng, let's go take a look. Now that you've met someone, come and help." "Okay." Feng Yao nodded, and the speed of Tiger Roar suddenly became faster, and in the blink of an eye he was behind Yu Xiaogang and Tang San. Chapter 15 Black Mamba Snake. You are listening at novelfull.audio. With the appearance of Tiger Roar and Flash, the Black Mamba's attention was also diverted. Feng Yao and Director Su jumped off the Tiger Roar Flash and landed in front of the Black Mamba. The Tiger Roar Flash Chi also turned into dots of white light and disappeared at the same moment. I asked, "Why are you two still here?" Looking at Yu Xiaogang, who had stopped and looked frightened, Director Su held a long gun and said helplessly, "Yu Xiaogang, you are really not afraid of death?" "Ah. Director Su, now is not the time to talk about this. Help." Yu Xiaogang doesn't want to care about what the other party thinks of him now, because his life is more important. Hiss. The slightly red eyes of the Black Mamba snake were scanning back and forth from the front and back, and it kept spitting out snakes in its mouth, as if to intimidate it. Seeing this, Tang San secretly thought it was a good opportunity, raised his right arm, and instantly a black shadow shot out from the cuff. "Call out, that I saw a tiny arrow shooting into the eyes of the Black Mamba snake without anyone or the Black Mamba snake noticing." In the past 2 days, during several life and death moments, Tang San had not used this single sleeve arrow, but now he did. Feng Yao, on the other hand, knew Tang San somewhat and knew his methods. He noticed that Tang San raised his arms, instinctively acting defensively, but when he saw that the direction he was pointing was the Black Mamba snake, he relaxed slightly. Ding! The Black Mamba snake suddenly felt his heart tightening, but the arrow in his sleeve was extremely fast, and it instantly hit the Black Mamba snake's eye. Fortunately, the Black Mamba reacted, twisted its body, and dropped the arrow from its sleeve, but it still lost one eye. When Tang San saw this, he beamed with joy and stepped back, saying at the same time, "Director Su, please help me subdue this Black Mamba snake." Director Su was also extremely surprised. Although he didn't notice it at first, with the reaction of the two, Director Su also knew that Tang San was secretly taking action. Now that he heard Tang San's words, he didn't hesitate and waved his spear. Displaying soul skills. The first soul skill, sweep across thousands of armies. A half-moon-shaped soul attack struck at the Black Mamba in an instant, knocking it over in an instant. The fart is like thunder, and the sky and the earth are shattered with 3 cannons. At this time, Yu Xiaogang used all the soul power in his body, and a yellow soul ring was also wrapped around his Wuhuan Luo San Pao. The reason why he took action was because he wanted to have a sense of participation so that his disciples could know how good he was. Otherwise, wouldn't he have gained nothing during this soul hunting trip? There was a loud bang, and a yellow shock wave also shot towards the Black Mamba. The Black Mamba tried to dodge, but it was too late. The scene was instantly covered by yellow-orange smoke. "Yu Xiaogang, what are you filling in?" Director Su shouted angrily, covering his mouth and nose at the same time, and quickly retreated back. His line of sight was also blocked, which made it difficult for him to see the situation in the smoke and determine the target. Needless to say, Yu Xiaojiang's soul skills are still very powerful. At least he has driven back one soul master, which is enough for him to brag about for a lifetime. Feng Yao also stepped back, not daring to take half a step forward, while thinking about what to do. Should I intervene to interfere, or should I ignore it? It seems that Tang San's first soul ring can only absorb snake soul rings, who stipulates that without the entangling soul skill, blue silver grass cannot entangle others. Director Su and Feng Yao quickly retreated, instantly creating a distance between them and Yu Xiaogang. His ha! Suddenly, the figure of the black mamba rushed out of the smoke, its eyes extremely red, staring at the somewhat panicked Yu Xiaogang. Teacher, retreat quickly. Tang San was startled when he saw this look and hurriedly shouted to Yu Xiaogang. Help me. At this time, Yu Xiaogang had no soul power, and even Wuhuan Luo Sanpao had disappeared. Now he had no combat effectiveness and could only cry bitterly, running and shouting, "It's true that there is too little success and too much failure." Director Su cursed in a low voice in anger, and then quickly waved his spear to disperse the smoke. After the smoke dissipated, Director Su shouted to Yu Xiaogang, who was running away in a hurry, "Yu Xiaogang, where are you running? Come this way." The second soul skill, Lock. The third soul skill, Thunderstrike. Feng Yao thought that maybe Yu Xiaojiang's moves were too cruel, causing the Black Mamba to think that Yu Xiaogang was a great threat, otherwise it wouldn't have ignored Tang San and kept chasing after Yu Xiaogang. "Why do you keep attacking me?" Yu Xiaojiang's face was pale. Although he had heard the sound of Director Su performing his soul skills, he still didn't dare to look back and kept wandering around a few big trees. Tang San frowned slightly when he saw this. At this moment, Yu Xiaogang was running away more happily and in more embarrassment, which made Tang San feel more regretful, but as soon as the trace of dissatisfaction and regret arises, it will be suppressed by his own philosophy of once a teacher, always a father. Fortunately, Director Su's second soul skill was so good that no matter how hard the Black Mamba snake went around, it was still hit by Director Su's blow. Puff. A splash of blood spattered out, and the Black Mamba snake was nailed to the tree with a spear from the middle. Tang San was overjoyed when he saw this, as if he was afraid that the Black Mamba wouldn't be able to hold on, so while he was still breathing, he took out a short knife from the storage soul guide on his waist, followed the ghostly steps, and walked towards him very quickly. The Black Mamba snake flies away. So fast. Director Su, who was not far away, was slightly shocked when he saw this scene, and suddenly felt a hint of wariness towards Tang San in his heart. This kid actually has such skills, why didn't he just? Hearing Director Su's murmur, Feng Yao's lips curled up. What would Director Su think if he knew that Tang San had just accepted Yu Xiaogang as his disciple and arranged a way to kill him? And Tang San just used a hidden weapon, and now he's using this movement technique. Could it be that he and Director Su have also been given a way to kill themselves, right? Thinking of this, Feng Yao couldn't help but become wary. Just as Feng Yao thought, at this time, Tang San, who had already reached the Black Mamba snake nailed to the tree, felt a trace of regret in his heart. He felt that he was a little reckless. In full view of the public, he actually used the ghost shadow tracking step. As for the hidden weapon just now, he didn't care very much. Tang San didn't think the natives of Douluo Continent could see through its secret. They probably just thought it was a normal throwing attack. Among the people present, only Yu Xiaogang had a look of joy on his face. Xiao San, quickly, take advantage of the moment to get rid of this Black Mamba snake. His soul ring is very suitable for you. It is good, that even if Tang San wanted to kill Director Su and Feng Yao now, he was stronger than others and was about to absorb the spirit ring, so it was better not to cause more trouble. Otherwise, you and your teacher may be killed. P.S. There will be another chapter tonight. Chapter 16, Combing the Mediterranean Sea for Yu Xiaogang. Please vote, please read. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Swa, before Director Su and Feng Yao could react, Tang San stabbed the Black Mamba into the mouth. If you want to absorb the soul ring, Tang San, you'd better take the soul ring to another place and then absorb it. Otherwise, if a soul beast is attracted by the bloody smell, it would be bad. Seeing Tang San kill the Black Mamba, Director Su felt dizzy as he recalled the time when Feng Yao absorbed the spirit ring. He didn't want to experience the feeling of being harassed by a soul beast because of being a protector. Teacher. When Tang San heard this, he looked at Yu Xiaogang with doubts on his face. He didn't know how to pull the soul ring. Although Yu Xiaogang told him, he didn't teach him how to do it. Haha. Yu Xiaogang straightened his clothes, straightened his back, raised his head, and said with a smile, "Mistress, come here." Looking at the master and apprentice whispering there, Feng Yao and Director Su looked at each other and saw speechlessness in each other's eyes. Who cares to listen to it? It's like it's some kind of secret. As for you, Xiao Feng, let's go. Director Su glanced at Yu Xiaogang lightly and said softly, "Take out the Tiger Roar flash. Let's sit here and go back outside to have a good rest before returning to the academy. The carriage is too slow compared to your roaring tiger." There was a smile on Feng Yao's lips. "Okay. No. You can't leave." Yu Xiaogang, who was not far away, heard what the two said. Although he didn't understand what the tiger roars and flashes in the two people's words, he couldn't let them leave now. Otherwise, what would he and Tang San do if they encountered a spirit beast again? He no longer has soul power. Tang San is also absorbing soul rings, and the patrol team from Wuhuan Palace may not come here. Now, whenever a soul beast with some lethality appears, he, the master with the theory of invincibility, and Tang San, the continent's top genius, will die in this soul-hunting forest. Director Su's mouth twitched. He could tell that he might really have to be a bodyguard for Yu Xiaogang this time. Yu Xiaogang, you are really, forget it. Director Su wanted to yell at Yu Xiaogang, but his good qualities did not allow him to curse too much. Xiao Feng, let's wait for a while. Feng Yao nodded calmly. There was nothing I could do. Director Su agreed. Obviously he was helpless with Yu Xiaogang's shamelessness, so there was nothing he could do about it. He couldn't leave alone, right? When Yu Xiaogang saw this, a satisfied smile appeared on his face. He walked slowly to Feng Yao and said slowly, "Feng Yao, you must have obtained the soul ring, right? How old is the soul ring? What is the soul skill? Use it and show me. Are you sick or am I sick?" Feng Yao glanced at Yu Xiaogang coldly, and said coldly, "The age of the soul ring and soul skills are crucial information for a soul master. If you want to know, I have to show it to you." "What are you talking about?" Yu Xiaogang's face straightened up and he said with some displeasure, "I say this all for your sake. As the #1 theoretical person in the martial arts world, I can provide you with knowledge about martial arts. You've been a great help. Don't be ignorant of good people's hearts. Besides, it's just a soul skill. You'll have to use it sooner or later. What can I do if you show me? There's also that tiger roaring flash. Let me use it together and see. With my level, let me study your soul skills, maybe it can help you." "Humph." Director Su's face turned cold and he said calmly, "Yu Xiaogang, you have gone too far. Randomly asking other people for information about their soul skills is not an exaggeration even if they kill you." Yu Xiaogangs expression froze, but he continued, "It's just a soul skill, how stingy. The current capacity is so small, and the achievements in the future will be just like that." Feng Yao's face turned cold when he heard this. Yu Xiaogang, if he doesn't teach him a lesson, does he really think that he is a dishonor? It's just the first soul skill, and it's not a soul skill that must be hidden. There's no harm in using it, Swa. The first soul skill, diamond-breaking sky sword. Although Yu Xiaogang said this, his eyes kept staring at Feng Yao. Now when he saw the golden sword appearing in Feng Yao's hand and the yellow soul ring floating behind Feng Yao, his mind moved and his face showed shock. It turns out to be a rare weapon-like soul skill. "Yu Xiaogang, don't you want to see my soul skill?" Feng Yao looked at Yu Xiaogang and sneered, "Keep your eyes open, this is my #1 soul skill. King Kong sky-breaking strike." Whoosh dash, Feng Yao fiercely threw the long sword in his hand, aiming directly at Yu Xiaogang. Yu Xiaogang, who was still looking at the long sword in Feng Yao's hand with a joyful expression, suddenly saw Feng Yao throwing the golden sword towards him. His face suddenly changed, his mouth trembled, and his legs became weak. "You beast, how dare you attack me? Xiao Feng, Feng Yao's attack was so sudden that Director Su didn't react for a moment. After exclaiming, it was already impossible to intercept him, a sonorous sound, the golden sword slashed across Yu Xiaogang's scalp, tearing the air and making a sharp whistling sound. The blade of the sword flashed across like lightning, and the speed was so fast that it was difficult to catch. The blade was extremely sharp and scraped off a piece of Yu Xiaogang's scalp with almost no obstruction, leaving a bright red mark. Yu Xiaogang's hairstyle at this moment is the same as the hairstyle in a certain area in the previous life during the Warring States period. A trickle of blood dripped down from Yu Xiaogang's forehead. Yu Xiaogang instantly felt a sharp pain. The golden sword continued to fly forward, and the meter-long blade sank into the trees behind Yu Xiaogang, leaving only the hilt exposed. Yu Xiaogang's face turned pale, and he pressed his trembling lips tightly. Then he looked at Feng Yao with a flash of panic in his eyes, and a trace of cold sweat remained, mixing with the blood. At that moment, he seemed to see his grandma waving to him. You beast. Yu Xiaogang pointed his finger at Feng Yao, his fear dissipated, and his eyes were full of anger and resentment. He originally saw that Feng Yao's first soul skill was a weapon soul skill, and he wanted to forgive Feng Yao for his rude words, wanted to speak again, and was willing to accept Feng Yao as his disciple, did not expect, Feng Yao didn't wait for Yu Xiaogang to finish his words. He ducked to Yu Xiaogang's side, struck Yu Xiaogang's abdomen with his whip leg, and instantly sent him flying more than 10 meters away. He landed on the ground and rolled over several times. After rolling, he hit a tree hard. I am over 40 years old, but I am still talking about the Communist Party of China. If I do it again, I will never let you offend me lightly. Feng Yao in the Tiger Roar armed form is quite powerful. Although Yu Xiaogang has a 29-level soul power, it still cannot change the fact that he is a waste. Although Feng Yao had controlled his strength and did not use all his strength, Yu Xiaogang still vomited blood and fainted. Humph! Feng Yao looked at the unconscious Yu Xiaogang, snorted coldly, and returned to Director Su. Xiao Feng, you are a little reckless.